The Senate, this is one of the last pieces of legislation that the legislature took up before they are recessing. The House might come back for one day or something. But the unemployment compensation, there were two bills. One they passed and they expanded benefits.
The hard one.
Right.
The
So that was the hard
one.
one?
Yes.
And then there was another bill that would have extended some funding, $57.5 million, and that one did not get through. So tell us about that.
Well, the hard one was we spent the months with Republicans and Democrats and representatives, employers, representatives of employees, to try to figure out how we could fix the unemployment compensation package for seasonal workers, cyclical workers. And there were two issues. One was how you define seasonal workers so that you were fair to the worker. And the other issue was how do you have benefits in a way that doesn't break the bank? You have an unemployment compensation fund that has to be solvent. And so the debate, the discussion revolved around those two issues, and we came up with a solution. It added 44,000 people to the rolls and was fair to employees. And it had trigger points in that actually protected the fund so that by 2025 it was going to be very solvent. That was the hard part, and that passed the Senate, it passed the House. All that was needed was a technical legislation to follow that basically just said for the next year we're going to fund out of the fund, not out of tax money. So this was free. This didn't cost. It was self-funding. We would fund the Department of Labor and Industry's effort to transition from a pure call center to an online system that could be automated and a lot more convenient, as well as less expensive to taxpayers to do that. That was the year. Passed the House overwhelmingly. I think maybe, was it unanimous?
Yeah.
Almost unanimously in the House. And then it got to the Senate. This was before everyone adjourned for the elections, and the Senate just didn't get around to passing it. So I thought that was an oversight, so I called the majority leader of the Senate before they came back. I said, I know you're not planning to vote on anything, but could you just vote on this? It's really a technical bill, and there's really no controversy to it. It doesn't cost anything, and the hard part was already done. And he said, yeah, that makes sense, and we'll take a look at that. I didn't get any promise, but I just figured it was going to happen. My chief of staff also called and got I think she felt an even stronger promise. And then, out of the blue, they adjourned without voting on it. And when I called to ask why that was, it was that they thought that they had some cockamamie excuses like, should have been done 4 years ago. Well, I wasn't governor 4 years ago. Or, well, if it should have been done 4 years ago, then it should have been done today, too. So I didn't understand the argument. But because of that, we're looking at laying off almost 600 people in the labor and industry, and those 44,000 people who are, the hard part, who are going to get the benefits of that reform, and a package and a unemployment compensation trust fund that is going to be more protected than ever before. But those people who are now going to benefit are going to have to wait in lines. They're going to have to wait in phone lines a lot longer than they would have had this been done. So I don't understand why, but I think this is maybe the new world we're living in.